Hello, lovelies, my beautiful, beautiful people. Okay, so let's start. I already took a look at the cards, uh, so I could get a feel, and so you don't look at the screen for 5 minutes in silence. Okay, I'm just gonna lay them down. Now these are the bottom cards. Everything is changing. Okay, and these are the top cards. Now, so these are the affecting energies. Look at this row as the current energies, if you will, and this is like the future of these energies. These energies are trying to make this happen. So in the current energies, it's a little bit confusing and a little bit chaotic, and just what word to use? It's a little bit messy at the moment. It's like the storm before the calm, you know. It's like the tower before the star, that kind of moment. Yesterday was a really weird day, at least for me. It was even in sync with the weather here. It was unusually warm, but cloudy and very humid. It was very icky and sticky, and and that's how I felt the energies as well. Very icky and sticky, and like a slime. So yeah, because of that chaotic energy, this is like a oh my gosh, how to explain it? So this card is crossing these, right? So some kind of wish that you made a long time ago, this is telling me it never went anywhere. That wish you made is still happening, and this is like the ties that bind, right? So to me it looks like the universe is strategically putting energies, people, situations, so that these strings could tie all together and work properly, like an engine. Or like a bicycle, with the wheels and all that, the chain on the wheels. So if you put all the ties together properly, these wheels, these pentacles, will turn each other, So it's kind of like that. That's why it's kind of chaotic, and it makes you feel like, what's happening. That's you kind of feeling trapped for a moment, almost feels like you wanna jump out of your skin, you know, like something is suffocating. Like for me, the very warm weather and humidity is very suffocating. Um, like I can barely breathe, you know. I need fresh, crisp air. So that's how it feels, these two. Um, but to build something, you first need to tear down everything to build something new and something fresh and, you know, something stable, balanced. So it's currently it's that kind of energy. Like something is being broken down, so this could happen. Now I do feel most of you are feeling like this role, but you are all on different timelines, so some of you might have got past this and you're already feeling, you know, more calm and more stable. But yeah, these energies are trying, you know, are trying to make you stand in your own truth. So if you were feeling like this, disappointed, sad, depressed, negative, whatever, it's being brought up so you can address it and so you can heal it properly. So in that way, you can find that balance within you again. And I'm glad this one came up because I was talking to my friend yesterday and we were talking about that balance and alchemy. So that alchemy process, the magician, it's always about finding balance within yourself. And it's not something that happens only once, you know. You turn lead into gold and that's it. No, it's something that's always an ongoing process within a person. There's always gonna be some kind of energies in the air, something that's gonna bring up some pain or sadness or whatever. When you're always gonna be kind of tested, you know, there's always gonna be some kind of attack from the energies. You know, some changes in the energies make you feel good, you know, make you feel happy and ecstatic, and some make you feel, you know, sad, negative and all that. You never know. But too much ecstatic is the same as too much sadness, you know. You need to be balanced. So that's the alchemy part. It's something you're gonna need to juggle your whole life. Now, one part of this soulmate cycle is you learning how to balance yourself more quickly and properly. So even if you fall out of this cycle, you're still gonna be bombarded with energies here and there, you know. You all are sensitive to energies on some level, and you're always gonna have to balance that within yourself. So if nothing, this cycle is teaching you how to do it properly and how to do it quickly, so you don't sit in negativity and sadness and all that. So whatever comes up for you, whatever negative thinking or feelings come up, it's gonna make you see things differently, and it's gonna make you oh my god, I had a thought in my head. It's gonna make you see things differently, and it's gonna make you see things more realistic. It's swords. Swords are always the mental mind. It's gonna make you see more realistically the situations, the people, everything. And it's a good thing. So it's cups, it's emotions, and it's swords, the mental mind. And that's the balance that needs to happen within you, the emotional and the mental side. Just like it's not good to be all swordsy, cold and no emotions. It's the same with cups. If you have too much cups, that's also imbalanced, But this feels good, the cups and the swords. And it's happening pretty quickly, pretty soon. I mean, it's already happening. But that transition is happening very, very quickly. And it's a big change. I'm drawn to the color in the middle. And it might be an uncomfortable change at the beginning. I mean, especially this one. But there is a butterfly. It's transformation. The butterfly, when it goes into a cocoon, it doesn't know what's gonna happen, It just feels the change and that it needs to do what it needs to do. If somebody told the butterfly that it's gonna become like a mush inside, I'm sure most of the butterflies wouldn't go through this change, But not knowing some things is sometimes a blessing, So this is you getting your balance, living in your truth. Again, like I said, seeing things more realistically. You're choosing yourself. If all this time you were just sitting and waiting for your DM, you're just gonna snap out of it. Just gonna wake up one morning and be like, oh my god. It's like your eyes will open to the truth, You're just gonna snap out of any delusion or illusion. That's what the energies are bringing up. Uh, Anything that doesn't serve you anymore, if you will. But it's beautiful that you're choosing yourself. No, because if you're just sitting there waiting for the DM, they don't do anything. If you take action, they take action. So, it's very beautiful. And it feels very huge, like a huge thing. Even if it's just eternal change, even if you don't do anything big in your 3D life, like physically, it's still a huge change. And again, by choosing yourself, staying balanced and neutral for any kind of outcome, it brings you emotional fulfillment, and it brings you options. And it doesn't have to be just options with love. It could be with anything that you wish for. Could be a job, could be finally getting that pet that you always wanted, or whatever. But it feels huge, it feels major. It's almost like bursting your own bubble. If you were trying to convince yourself about something, you're gonna see it more realistically. Could be tied to your DM, doesn't have to be. It's just something that was holding you down. And these energies are helping you to move forward, basically, and to just live your truth and to choose yourself. Also, when it comes to your DM, this tells me they made you sad, right? Somebody who made you sad, but they are also sitting in the sadness, and something that was blocked, excuses that they made for not reaching out, it's gonna be unblocked soon. Whatever was stopping them, it's gonna be unblocked, because they never really let go of the connection of you. And if it was a very long time that you haven't heard from your DM, this is them in their head. They don't know how to reach out. It's very difficult for them to say I'm sorry, and to open up in general. Very difficult for them to say I'm sorry, especially if a very long time has passed and they didn't say a word. It's almost like they're saying in their head, like, oh my god, what's the point? It's too much time has passed. Maybe I should just let it go. Blah blah blah. But no, their soul, the energies, the universe, your connection, everything is pulling them towards you. Like I said in the last reading. Let's clarify. This is also the universe opening your eyes to the truth. And it's more within you. It could be the outside truth. Maybe you'll find out something about your DM. Could be from other people, could be directly from them. But the more prominent energy is your truth. Something that the universe wants you to see. Yeah, like I said, the illusions. Either something you were saying to yourself, trying to convince yourself, or it could be tied to your DM, and or two wands. Hangman. Yeah, like I said, new perspective. And Three of Pentacles. This is what I said about the tower and building something from scratch, a new foundation. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, this one crossing the Hangman. New perspective on life. New perspective on life, on you, on your thinking, on your DM, just a bunch of new perspectives. And it's everything is tied, like if you get just one realization, it can be tied like a domino effect to everything else. That's why it feels so huge. Yeah, this is the bursting of the bubble of something something real. It's very 3D. The energy of the Three of Pentacles is very 3D. The fourth card with the Ten of Pentacles. That could be you, bookending the Seven of Swords. That could be you like looking at things very narrow. What could make you happy? So if you were focused only on your DM, it was that kind of illusion, you know. Only my DM can make me happy. I can only experience this kind of love with my DM. I will never find a connection this powerful only with my DM. When they come to me, that's when I will be the happiest, you know. It's kind of like that. So if that was you, if that was your way of thinking, the universe is going to show you that it's all an illusion, that it's not true. You will make yourself happy first and foremost, then other people who can share the happiness with you will come. If you're trying for another person to fulfill you, you're always gonna end up empty-handed, with empty cups, because you're gonna attract people like you. So somebody who is also empty, if you will. So if you wanna attract something something fulfilling and all that, you first need to be in that energy. That's why the universe is bursting your bubble, so you can be in the right energy to attract right people and right situations. Now this is twin flame reading, but it doesn't have to be connected, the bubble, with your DM. It could be just your way of thinking. There's something that you're limiting yourself with this bubble, and the universe is trying to burst that bubble in your favor. It's not a punishment. It's actually good. That's you being real when it comes to your connection with your DM. You're just finally, choosing yourself and just being real. You're not waiting, you're not having some kind of unrealistic fantasies and all that, You're not just sitting there and fantasizing. You're actually doing something. So that's you realizing things, being real, and that helps you to release any expectations, to release anything that was holding you down. It's like a heavy burden being lifted. And it's all you. It's all your doing, the lifting of burdens. So you're not waiting for anybody else to lift your burdens. You're realizing that you're the only one who can lift their burdens, right? And when you do that, you're gonna get that boost of energy, the Fool and the Ace of Wands. You're gonna get that boost of energy to just go and do things that make you feel alive. You're just gonna realize shit. You're just gonna realize that you're not trapped. When you realize that you're not trapped, it's gonna lift so many burdens. So many burdens. And then this butterfly, you, is gonna spread its wings, just go and do shit that you always wanted to do. Even if it looks or feels childish, it doesn't matter. You're just gonna do it. If you always wanted to try and catch frogs, you're gonna do it. It really doesn't matter what it is. You're just gonna do it. The energy feels it's like you're gonna take a deep breath. When you exhale, everything is gonna change for the better. It's like all this time you were holding your breath, now you're finally gonna exhale and breathe normally. It's pretty cool. Okay, tell me about the Nine of Cups. Nine of Pentacles. That's you. Sorry. Again, going after what you want. That's you realizing that you're free to do whatever you want. You're not trapped. Victory. Six of Wands. Page of Pentacles. Six of Swords. Nice. 6. Yeah, that's after you realize that you're that you can fulfill your own cups. That's when victory comes, and that's when you move into calmer waters. And that's you growing and learning. You're leaving the choppy waters. With this bubble, with this illusion that you created, it feels like those affirmations. When you look at the mirror and you have your morning mantra, right? Then somebody bursts the mantra, bursts the bubble, and then you're, at the beginning. So you're that bubble that you created, you thought that bubble was giving you hope and was lifting you up, so to speak. But the universe is going to show you that bubble was actually choppy waters. When you release that bubble, those expectations or whatever, holding on to somebody. When that bubble bursts, that's when you're gonna go into calmer waters. Because if you have to convince yourself about something, you're putting a lot of energy into it. When you're just being realistic and having faith and just working on yourself, you don't waste that mental energy that you need when you're trying to convince yourself about something or someone. So that bubble was actually a pretty heavy burden, and it took a lot of your energy. So when that bubble bursts, you're gonna realize how heavy it actually was. You're gonna feel more calm, more peaceful. Just have to trust the process. Like I said, it could be uncomfortable at the beginning, but it's for your own good. It's like taking the band-aid off. That first 2 seconds is very painful, but afterwards you're perfectly fine. Oh my god. There it is again, the Ace of Wands and 2 of Cups. Oh, this is beautiful. So this is your connection and this is you. So when you burst that bubble, when you become more realistic, now that doesn't mean you have to stop daydreaming or whatever. It's just, that you're realistic. You're not putting any expectations or bubbles around you, any illusions. So this is you milking the connection, if you will. You're using the connection itself to power you up. You're finally realizing what this connection is and what it can do for you. It's like you're finally harnessing the power of the connection for your own gain, for your own betterment. And you should be like that. I'm getting so many so many feelings and so many images in my head. I'm just trying to pick one image. But the energy is very, very beautiful. That's the only way I can explain it. You're just realizing what this connection can do for you. You're not putting a face on it. you're not putting your DM on it. You're just seeing it as energy that's there for you to use it for yourself. It's like you're getting free free energy, like those solar panels or whatever. You're actually using the energy of the connection for your own self. So you can use that energy for I don't know, getting a dream job, or getting the house or apartment that you want. You know, that's the thing that you're realizing, that this connection isn't connected just to your DM. It's connected to everything. And that's what you're realizing. This is you feeling your heart chakra. It feels very full. Like with this new huge energies and realizations, you're actually getting a full cup in your heart chakra. Again, you being yourself, realizing who you are, what you are, you being stable, having everything you need. The bursting of this bubble is so powerful. Oh my god. I can't even convey with words. Just finally realizing that you're so much more powerful and in control than you think. It's like Cinderella becoming a queen. You thought you were trapped, you thought you were bound to somebody, you fought this, you fought that. But no, you are your own boss. This is you milking this connection for yourself. It's almost like saying to the DM, you know, if you don't want it, if you don't want to grow from this connection or whatever, I'm taking it. I'm taking its magic. I'm gonna use it for myself. It's almost like that. Pretty cool. I like it. You feel very badass. Like nobody can take your crown. Nobody can change you anymore. Nobody can belittle you. Nobody can sugarcoat things, or talk bullshit or whatever. You just finally know who you are and what you deserve. It's very beautiful. It's like you're finally becoming that boss lady that you're meant to be. Oh, the Emperor. Let's see. Knight of Wands. Eight of Swords. We already have the Eight of Swords. The King of Pentacles. What's the fourth one? Oh, King of Swords. Yeah, you're not taking any immature behavior. You're not taking any fuckwits. Not taking any players. You are getting very stable and you want somebody stable. And that's your DM being worried. I mean, it's crossed by the Emperor. They might look like this, you know, when they come towards you, all confident and shit. But they're not. They are very, very worried. If they were intimidated by you before, you getting even more in your power is beyond intimidating now. They are scared shitless. Just you looking at them and them catching your eye is gonna make them pee their pants. It's like that. If they were worried before how to catch up with you, they are beyond worried right now. That also brings me here when I said then they never let this go. Even when they were running and not talking and blah blah blah, they still couldn't let it go. They were always trying to distract themselves. But you know, when the night comes, when everything is quiet, that's when they get like this. You know, it's easy to run from a physical person, but to run from the energies, that's impossible. Or run from feelings, or you know, anything that you can't touch. You can't run from it. You have to address it. You have to be real. And because they are being pulled towards you, they feel like the universe or connection or you, it's like the universe or you put lasso around them, just capture them and tie them up and dragging their ass. That's how they feel. And they feel like that only because they're they're fighting it. Not necessarily fighting to come towards you, but you know, it's more eternal, um, eternal struggles, you know, with the emotions, with the truth. It's even hard for them to admit their own truths and their own feelings. That's why they feel all tied up. And they know and they feel that you're not accepting this kind of behavior. You're only accepting this. And they don't feel like they're on this level, on the level of King of Pentacles. That's why they kind of want to run, but they want to come towards you, but they want to run, but they want to come towards you. Now they feel trapped. It's like the two opposite energies, you know, pulling them apart. But it's all nonsense. It's all illusion. They're not trapped. They're only trapped because they're going against the current instead of going with the current. You know, if you feel uncomfortable, you're just letting it pass through you because you know about the energies and you know you just need to go with the flow. And you won't feel uncomfortable forever, you know. But they don't know that. When they feel uncomfortable, they fight it and they just tighten the ropes even more. It's like those rubber thingies that you put on each finger and when you pull it gets tighter instead of pulling them together, and then you can release your fingers. You know, that toy, whatever it's called. Oh. Well, that's them spying. They are learning some things, but it's on a child level. And this is them thinking it's all over. Should I even bother? But they can't let it go. That's why they can't sleep at night. And that's also them spying again, but behind the wall. And it's funny because they think you can't see them, but I mean, what kind of wall is this? You know, you can see through it. It's it's not even tied up. It's just, you know, just hanging there, barely. Yet they think the wall is like, you know, like a brick wall all around and you can't see them. It's like playing hide and seek with a child, you know. A child will cover their eyes like this and they will think you can't see them because they can't see you. It's like that. It's also telling me that this kind of behavior needs to go bye-bye. And that's what the universe is changing within them. That's this Three of Wands. This big change that's happening for you, it's happening for them as well. And this kind of behavior also needs to go bye-bye. So everything that they pushed back is coming up just like it is for you, so they can release it, so they can do something about it. You are doing it properly. No matter how long it takes you. You know, everybody does things in their own pace, but you are doing it properly. They they are tightening the ropes themselves. Yeah. Okay. Tell me about the King of Swords. Ten of Wands. Yeah, the burdens. Page of Swords. Ten of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, something that you were telling yourself for a very long time. That bubble that you created, that illusion. Again, something within you. It's very you're gonna realize that it was very disappointing to do that. Like I said at the beginning, something you thought was bringing you everything, bringing you hope, happiness, lifting you up. It's actually an illusion. It's very, when you get out of it, you're gonna realize how disappointing it was. It's almost gonna be like a realization, like, oh my god, why did I do that for so long? It wasn't helping me at all. That's the disappointing part. But you shouldn't feel bad. Everything we go through is a lesson, If you learn from it, then it wasn't a waste of time. Only if you sit in disappointment and wallow over it and bring yourself down, like saying, oh my god, why was I so stupid, blah blah blah, that's when it's a waste of time, But if you learn from it, then it's not. Everything that happens, every mistake we do, it's all a lesson. It's all good. You don't have to belittle yourself, And whatever illusion you created that you thought that was 10 of Pentacles, like I said, that was the burden. That was the real burden. It's not your DM. It's not the connection. It's whatever you created in your mind. That's the burden. And these energies are helping you to realize that. That's you releasing these burdens. Like I said, with the judgment, it was somewhere here, I think. It's you releasing the burdens. When this bubble bursts, you're gonna release a bunch of burdens. And don't feel bad that you had illusions or whatever, you know. Now, when it comes to your DM, they were always running from burdens. They didn't face their burdens. And this row, when it comes to them, they need to cut something that was long term. They were in it for a very long time. There was no growth. It's a page. They also felt disappointment for a very long time. Whether they acknowledged it, whether they told anybody, even themselves, it was always there, the disappointment. Even the disappointment that they didn't end it sooner. Disappointment that they were always sitting on their hands and doing nothing. There's also a feeling of their spouse or partner being disappointed in them. Now, those are the partners who are the king of wands, who are the assholes, who are the narcissists. They were disappointed in your person in your DM for a very long time, and they were telling them that. They were slowly picking at their soul, tearing it apart little by little. And again, by doing that, they were stopping your DM's growth. They were always keeping them on the level of a child. It's a very, very nasty energy, very strategic, you know, the picking of the soul. And that's something that narcissists do. That's why most of the DMs are kind of damaged in a way. Because somebody was picking their soul out for a very long time. It's like those scavengers birds, just picking here and there, little by little, pieces of their soul. And they were always, bleeding. Those wounds never healed. Oh my god, it's like that that Greek mythology. Oh my god, what's his name? Prometheus? Is it? I think it's Prometheus. The one that took fire from the gods and gave it to people. So he was punished by the crows. I think it was crows. Each morning they would pick his kidneys or liver, something like that. And then by the end of the day he would die, and then in the morning he would come alive again, and the birds will come back and pick on his flesh. That was his punishment. It feels like that. That's what the spouse did to your person. It could be other people as well, like fake friends and all that, but the spouse is more prominent because, you live with them 24/7. So yeah, that's what they are, one of the things that they are realizing. And that's where the disappointment comes. Like, why didn't I see this sooner? Why didn't I realize this sooner? Why didn't I cut this person out sooner? But they didn't acknowledge it before, or they were trying not to look at it, because it was always their propensity to run away from burdens. Now, this is what they hope to achieve as well. It brings me back, this Nine of Cups brings me back here. They also want victory. They also want to grow, even though the 3D person is fighting it. The soul wants to grow. They want to move into calmer waters. They want something stable. She is wearing red. This is red. This huge pentacle is red. They want something stable. They want to feel stable as well. Now, this tells me that the marriage, or whatever long term it is loveless. There's no love. But they are craving, and they do have a love around them. It is your connection, it is you, but it's also, other people, like real friends and all that. It's not just romantic love. This cup is empty, but it's in the water, so even though they feel empty, there is love, there is water around them. And they're sitting in it. This dude is sitting in the water. It's just up to them to pick up this cup and, to scoop the water and fill their cup. This is a perfect analogy of free will. There is love around them. They're just not doing anything. It's like they don't know they can pick up this cup. It's not stuck to the bottom of the ocean. They can pick it up and they can scoop that love and fill their own cup. But they are, slowly realizing that. This is like a second chance to make things right. It feels like that. It feels like a second chance. Sorry. It feels like a second chance, and it feels like a final chance, because you are so much ahead. You yourself are so much ahead. You don't have time to wait anymore. And they can feel that. They can feel you slipping away. They can feel you being more realistic. That's why they feel all tied up, like they feel the time is pressure. Time is of the essence, right? They feel that pressure, the pressure of time, timing. So you could be also picking up their anti-energy, their negativity, their obsession, and that energy could tie to your own obsession. Doesn't have to be the same obsession. Yeah. So 4 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Strength. The time has come for change. When you quiet your mind, because the energies are so icky and sticky and confusing and everything, you're picking up on your DM. When you quiet your mind, that's when you're gonna feel your soul and your inner strength. Whatever disappointment that you're feeling, you're gonna find strength when you quiet your mind. This Knight of Pentacles has already arrived. He's here, and he's bringing change, a long-awaited change. Yeah, the change, something that was blocking you. Something that was blocking your own sight. The change is unblocking it. And with that, you're coming out of the cold. Now this is somebody from the past charging in. That's your DM. There is gonna be a point where they're gonna snap and just charge in. It's gonna be very impulsive. The Knight of Wands. They're just gonna do it. They won't have any time to think about it or to overthink it. They're just gonna do it because they themselves don't want to be in the cold anymore. It's too cold. They want the sun as well. And when it comes to you, it's just you moving on from the past, past pain, past everything, you know, whatever was holding you back. So yeah, you might be picking up on your on your DM. For me, for example, yesterday, I've been feeling my person for the past few days, and I know she's been overthinking about communication, and all the feelings are coming up for her. Like in one day, I felt, you know, so many emotions coming from her side. it was ridiculous. It was first it was antsy, then I felt sadness and depression, then I felt sexual frustration, then I felt horniness, then I felt antsy energy again, you know, and all in in one day, like. So yeah, my person was obsessing how to start the conversation, how to get to me, how to just basically how to pull me in, if you will. And now that obsession, how it translated to my emotions. Now I'm not focused on my DM. I literally let her go, you know. Whenever she wants to come in, she can come in. If she doesn't, she doesn't. I don't really care. I'm more focused on meeting other people, and I'm very excited for that other deep soul. So her obsession coming in and talking to me, her obsession about me, translated for me the obsession to finding out who that other deep soul is, you know. And I felt that deep soul energetically, and I felt it through the cards, but I was never obsessing over it, you know. I would get the information, I would be like, oh, thank you universe for that, you know, and then I moved on. I didn't overthink about it, you know. I was just happy, you know, that I felt a new fresh energy. But yeah, so that's my desire, you know, to meet new people and to finally meet that other deep soul, but her desire is to finally talk to me. So her obsession, uh, her desire, obsessing about that desire, translated for me into an obsession about that other deep soul. So it took me a minute, you know, because I was like, why am I obsessing all of a sudden about that other person? I haven't obsessed about it ever. Like, why am I obsessing now? And then I figured it out, you know, because of my DM. So whatever they are obsessing about, whatever their desire is, you are gonna pick that up, but it doesn't have to be the same desire. It's gonna tie up to something else that's within you. So if they feel trapped, for example, in their marriage, you could pick up that trappedness, if that's even a word. But if you're single, of course, you're not gonna feel like you're trapped with your spouse or partner. It could be something else that's within you. So that energy from your DM could tie up to you about, I don't know, for example, if you feel trapped within your family, or trapped where you live, like the neighborhood or neighbors or whatever, trapped with your job, you know. It doesn't have to be the same problem, the same desire, but that energy that your DM feels is gonna tie up to something on your side. So just be mindful of that. But yeah, I think it's a very beautiful reading either way. Might feel uncomfortable, the change happening, but just go with it, go with the flow. Just trust that the universe is working in your favor, and whatever is happening is actually good. So if you feel like you're losing control, or like you're losing ground beneath your feet, it's just that illusion that you created that's being burst. So you can see better, so you can see clearly. I mean, this owl has better eyesight than this dude. He has a hood up and it's night time. He can't see very much. But this owl, he has a very, very good eyesight. So just trust the universe, go with the flow, you'll be fine. Your DM is picking up through osmosis. From your side, you're picking up from their side, so you know, it could be a little bit chaotic, but it's fine. You're gonna survive, okay? You'll be fine. Yeah, that's your reading. Love you guys, and see you in the next one.